Hi, friends. How are you? Sorry. Gotta put these in. It's the only way I can tell the mic's working. I hope you are having a good day. It is Tuesday, May 13th, 2025, and this message is primarily to serve one purpose, and that is to apologize to Debbie Harris. I posted a live stream last night that um, included information, bios, websites, supplemental information that has been handed out at various campaign rallies for each of the 5 candidates that are running for our 2 open board of director positions. And in that video, I know I was really harsh because I could feel my blood pressure rise to Debbie Harris with a group of papers that had been shared at a campaign rally of hers and or social, whatever you want to call it. And I said last night, like, if I find out after the fact that Debbie did not author, co-author, contribute, or back that document, that I would apologize. I would be happy to apologize. And here I am apologizing because less than 24 hours later, I have received message after the fact. This morning, I woke up to a message in my Facebook Messenger that reads as follows. I listened to your podcast. Thank you so much, Sandy. I'm so glad that you did. And I put the sheet of information together, not in all caps, Debbie. And I have read the entire lawsuit and every document in the case file. I personally analyzed the plaintiffs by date they moved into Fairfield Harbor using the lawsuit itself. I have all the Excel sheets I compiled and would be more than happy to share them with you so you stop spreading misinformation like all of the other stoppers. It's cute. And in all caps, I told everyone I have shared this information with that it was mine and mine alone, and it was all truths! Exclamation point. Okay. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Debbie Harris, I am sorry. Having received this information first thing this morning, I understand that you did not author, co author this document, and I am truly sorry that I was so direct in my messaging to you in last night's podcast. To try and make it right without having to recreate last night's live stream, I am going to record a brief preface that I will add to my live stream from yesterday that says, I am Emily Bartlett. I have received information after I did my live stream on May 12th, 2025, that has led me to believe that some of the comments that you will hear in this live stream, should you make it to minute 54, that I assumed were created and or backed by Debbie Harris, who is a incumbent candidate for one of our open board positions. And I have learned that she has since not authored that. Do you back it? I don't know. But you did not author it or co-author it. And Sandy is the one that puts out the misinformation. So I will make sure that the preface includes, for those that don't know, and I say this to say, Debbie, that, and everybody that's going to listen to this, that I don't know how to add a preface to a live stream after it's happened. So I am going to do some research and some digging. I will record the message immediately after this, and then I will figure out how to get it in front of yesterday's live stream. So that's going to take me a minute, but I will figure it out. Don't you worry. And I will make you aware, Debbie, via a Facebook Messenger direct post that I have added that preface to that message. So have no fear. Okay. Um, but to Sandy, I do have to add that I found it interesting when I got this morning, and I've seen your posts on Facebook. We obviously know where you stand. They're posts that look like, um, yeah, They are posts that look something like this. Can I just add? Oh, let me remove. Let me add this. There look things that look like this if you're interested in working as a silent majority, meaning nobody knows who we are. We work in a clandestine, backdoor, underground scenario. Don't be this person. This type of information combined with information that says things to the effect of owners that in most opinions are not fact. Opinions are not evidence, as you call them in this message. Similarly, if we look at page 2, opinions are not will most likely. That is not fact. That is not evidence. This is gossip. Okay? Because if we go back to page 1, and as I said in my message last night, of which I am not sorry, and of which I still stand behind, numbers are important. Quantifying our metrics, being able to use numbers to tell a story is important. But what you don't say in these bullets of data that you captured, and whether or not you had a third party review it to make sure there was no human error, there was no risk for human error, that's fine. I'm going to take it at face value that what you did was right, even though I do not know to any degree that you have a background in data analytics. But I'm going to make an assumption that you had our best interest in mind when you put the analytics together for these 71 people. But what your numbers say here is not that. If we look at this second bullet here, 30% of the plaintiffs did live in Fairfield Harbor when the Drez lawsuit was filed in November of 2011. Therefore, 30% of the plaintiffs had every idea what a lawsuit against the POA can do to the community and themselves. What these numbers do not say in the third bullet is that 43%, nearly half, of the plaintiffs did live in Fairfield Harbor for the 385 purchase in December of 2016. Therefore, 43%, nearly half, of the plaintiffs did experience the Mid-South fiasco and do have an idea of what this purchase of the 385, the resident roundtables after the purchase, and the projected improvements uniting this community. If we look at the fourth bullet, amazingly, 59% of the plaintiffs have lived in Fairfield Harbor for more than 3 years when they joined the chaos and signed on to the lawsuit against their friends, neighbors, and themselves. And even more shockingly, 41 plaintiffs of the 71 have personal hands-on experience with the real Fairfield Harbor community and its background. And again, per my message last night, 100% of the plaintiffs on this lawsuit, even if they bought their house and closed on it yesterday, have a real experience, hands-on, with the Fairfield Harbor community and its background. They're going to learn a lot over time. You are going to learn a lot over time as this community evolves, as homes grow older, as we get new blood in that wants to do new things, as the board turns over every couple of years. This community is going to continue to evolve and change. We are all going to learn something new about our friends, our neighbors, our peers, our board, Troon and Indigo. We are going to learn something new every day. That's just the nature of living. We evolve, we change, and we cannot be scared of that. But you tout this information, you shared it. There is no author. There is nothing on here that says who made this document. There's nothing on here that says the date that it was dated. And as any data analyst would provide, there is no date as to when the data was pulled for the 71 plaintiffs that draw a line in the sand stating that as of this date, when this data was pulled, these things were fact. There's nothing to that effect. So we keep touting that we want to stop the chaos. We want to stop the dissension. We want to elect a board that has our collective best interests in mind. We want to have a harbor club. We want to have a restaurant. We want to have a golf course and green spaces that serve every single person in this community, from the newborn baby to the 102-year-old man that walks out to his mailbox once a week. For the caregivers that come in and care for the people in our community that need some support, the babysitters that come in and the teachers that come in to teach our kids. Every single person in this community should have a voice that is heard on this board. So when you, Sandy Sutton, put out messages on Facebook asking for people to create a silent majority, a clandestine organization meant to operate behind the scenes, yet you put out facts that call other people on the floor and question their integrity on a piece of paper that you refuse to put your name on. I'm ashamed of you. Shame on you. You're a grown person. You are meant to be a leader. Your husband is the chairman of the Harbor Club Committee. You and your family are leaders in this community. And yet you put information together that you don't even put your name on, stating it as, in most opinions, and we believe that this is what they are going to do, as if you have a crystal ball that has already told you what is going to happen. You do not know that. You are fearful. I am fearful. I am fearful of what happens if certain people get on the board. But you know what I'm not scared of? I'm not scared of 3,000 homes in this neighborhood approximately having a voice in that vote. And if all things being fair and all things being considered, a majority of my peers and neighbors and friends vote in a way that I don't necessarily agree with, I am at peace with that because I know that the process was followed and I know that I have not lost my voice. I want all of us to consider the methods and the modalities with which we are putting our voices out there. Are we sitting back and letting others make decisions for us? Are we sitting back and saying, you know what, I just don't have the capacity for this? This person over here is my friend and I trust their vote. This is who they're voting for, and I'm just going to follow suit. Or do we know this is the Fairfield Harbor that we want in the next 3 to 5 years? This is the things that are happening now. This is what we want. This is what we think needs to change. And we vote the people in that we feel at this juncture, at this time. These 5 candidates were made for just a time as this. Our neighborhood needs them. Our neighborhood, our community needs this board to step up and be its best self representing our entire community. I encourage us all to put down the stones, to step out of our glass houses, stop using pseudonyms to hide behind, keep your maiden name, add your married name. People live here. You can't even find a Sandy Sutton in the phone book in Fairfield Harbor. We don't know who you are, which just adds I didn't know who you it's it's amazing to me as I started trying to figure out who is this person when I can't even find them on, and you gave me no contact information on the piece of paper. I would have never known that you authored that document. You just gave it out at only one side's campaign rally or social, not the other side's. And yet You told people per your message that what did you say? Um, you told everyone that that you shared this information with that it was yours and yours alone. Why? Remove myself. Why do you need to tell people that it's yours and yours alone if you don't put your name on it? That document's gonna live forever. It was pictures were taken, it's posted on social media. All we knew was that it was given out at Deb's and Neil Watts's, social or campaign rally. That's not being forthright. So, again, Deb, I am so sorry that I assumed and made very pointed comments, the same ones I made today about the bullets in that document. I'm sorry that I made an assumption that it was you based off of where the document was being handed out from. Sandy, thank you so much for stepping up and making sure that I knew where it came from. But I do think it is part of the seeds being sown to continue the discourse and the misinformation in this community, asking people to share it when there's really nothing in that document to share. There is nothing in there that is proven fact. And you use words like will most likely, in most opinions. How do we know that? And for Fairfield Harbor at large, step up, ask questions, take ownership of this community. We want to love to live here. We do love living here. Use your voice. And please, if you paid your dues and you were able to vote, please vote. Please do your research on these candidates and vote. Okay? So that we can all rest easy knowing that everyone that could made the most informed decision that they could. And with that, Debbie, again, I am sincerely apologetic for how I spoke about you and to you on my podcast last night. I will do everything that I can to make it right. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.